ideaMaker has one of the most feature-packed exporting options when it comes to 3D slicing. But it is a little difficult to add your printer. Let's go through that together so we can try to simplify the process by going back to basics. Hey everybody, thanks for joining me again here. And we have covered ideaMaker before, the fact that it is basically made for raised 3D printers, but it does have some awesome features like adding texture to your exterior surface of your models, effectively making them way stronger than they would be before. We'll card to that video right here. I had some initial issues in that video for adding printers because it's not all that clear. And if it's not all that clear to me, well, I'm hoping this will help you guys out as we go through this process together. So let's add a printer. Now we can easily look at adding an Ender 3 V2, and what that's going to do is actually open Raise3D's ideaMaker.io website, where you're able to just grab the printer. We can just quite simply import into ideaMaker, and it actually shows you how to do it. You can open ideaMaker, copy the link, return to ideaMaker. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. I honestly am like, there's no way it gets picked up. Nope, definitely does. We'll go ahead and download it. Click the next button to import the template file. We want to import the following printer, which is a new printer. We want to look at the existing filaments, which will all be just fine. There's really no big deal in changing that. Probably just get rid of the... No, we're gonna leave the name William Sarkisian in there. The name seems familiar, but immediately I can't attach it to anything. We'll go ahead and add it in, and you'll see it brings you everything that you need ready to print from an Ender 3. But I don't have Ender 3 V2s. We've talked about this before, that 3D Musketeers, we have mostly Prusa printers because, well, at the end of the day, we want to make sure that our prints are going to work every single time. We talked about the Ender 3 and some of the other offerings from Creality right here. We'll card to that video, all about cheap and affordable 3D printers, and they do rank really well. Unfortunately, I got out of that industry, the more cheaper printers, long before Creality ever became viable. However, we're going to get back into it because I've got some unboxings coming for you guys of some really cheap 3D printers, one of which costs less than $60, and I absolutely believe it is going to be a bloody disaster, and I am so excited for it. So make sure you get subscribed. We can see our main profile here. We're able to create, duplicate, compare, delete. We can also go in here and actually edit anything about the advanced settings, and this is really where you get to take control as an owner of a printer, utilizing some pretty cool software. ideaMaker is honestly a pretty cool software. We can see they have their first layer height set to 0.24. That is common, although we've moved away from it. We just like making it the exact same. 2.0 for shells. Oh, that's cool. Fraction of value. We'll add extra shells in periodically to improve the strength of the models. If you set this value to 2.5, the number of shells would be 2 and 3 in alternate layers. Huh, that's a feature I've never thought to play with and is actually kind of cool. I will give Ray some credit for that. But real simply, all we have to do is find that exact profile and we just go ahead and bring it in. And viably, these should be well tuned. We don't have an Ender 3 V2 yet, but let me know down in the comments. I'm happy to get one. We can test this stuff out. What I do want to verify is that we have all of our G-code set appropriately. G28 to home things, G29, which is absolute positioning. We're going to do our purge line, which this is just a purge. I wish they would do a purge line, which is hilarious because it looks like, yeah, it looks like they have a purge line right there, which is funny. So this is going to purge, so this may not be necessary. You might be able to get away with just this, but you know, Your mileage may vary. This is what I've been looking for, though, and it seems you can only do that by going inside of the prepare to slice and then clicking on the little gear icon. So this is good to see. But let's look at grabbing a Prusa Mark III's. We're going to go ahead and go through their list. We're going to look for Prusa. There we go. We can see that we can grab this one here, which also includes the Form Futura Tough PLA. So, all right. I downloaded files when what I should have done is just import into ideaMaker. That is just, honestly, that's basically magic as far as I'm concerned. That's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and download it. Go ahead and import the file. It's going to be an MK3S. It's going to allow us to bring in a new filament, which is Form Futura Tough PLA. We'll leave the template like that. That's fine with me. So now if we go ahead and click the printer itself, we have options here for your nozzle diameters, build, so that your build sizes are correct. Distance from border to build plate is fine. That's a good, I think that's actually dead on for the gantry height. This is not accurate. Now, from factory, Prusa tells you that it's 280. My measurements tell me it's about 282.82, but hey, that little bit of difference is not going to matter too much. Now, my reading and how Prusa does their extrusion multiplier might account for all this. Prusa normally has you printing with a 95% extrusion multiplier, where we prefer to print with 100 because, well, then what you're doing is you're tuning your extruder and you're not just tuning how many it's more accurate as far as I'm concerned. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. I'd love to have a conversation about it with you guys down there. This is easy, right? I said initially that it didn't make sense, and I want to thank the people that commented in the comments to show me where I had missed some things. I believe, though, that the average person may not know this, and I went at ideaMaker as someone that has never used it before, and the programs that we have used throughout all of these videos, of course, will card to the main playlist right there. Some of them I have experience with, some of them I don't. And the ones that I did have experience with, I made sure to notate it in the beginning of the video. That way you guys knew that I'm walking into this with a little bit of extra experience. This one, I had none. Now I have a little bit more, and you know, for a closed source software, it's pretty darn good. It does say that your limit is 290. It's really 295. Technically, it's 299, but 290 is good. See, when you have temperature swings in one way or another, it doesn't push the printer into thermal runaway, which we're gonna have a whole video coming at you soon all about. So make sure you get subscribed for that. But talking about temperature limits, I think I would be remiss without talking about our hot sponsor for this video, which is 3D Musketeers, because I said in the last video I was gonna self-sponsor these, so we're gonna continue to do it. This video, of course, is brought to you by 3D Musketeers. If you are looking to take your ideas out of your head and put them into your hands with full art-to-part rapid prototyping and product development, utilizing some really awesome machines like you see behind me, in definitely not an unorganized workspace. It's busy. There's a difference. You can reach out to us at 3dmusketeers.com. Links will be in the description down below. I love the fact that this is possible. This makes really what we need to utilize and what we need considerably easier. So this is the starting code for Prusa inside of ideaMaker. Now, this is overridden by Primary Extruder Form Futura Tough PLA. I probably should rename this so that it is just, 0.2 millimeter Prusa, because this is the start code that you need for a Prusa. And you can see right there, it sets the friggin' flow rate. I just don't like this. I'm sorry. Fix your extruders. Don't put it in G-code. Now, we do put the steps per millimeter in our G-code because it's easier than just saving it to the EEPROM every single time we have to update the printers. But I don't like that. If you don't know any better, you could actually be under extruding by a fair bit. Now, we're going to do a test about this coming soon with Prusa printers. One with my code and one with Prusa's stock start code, we're going to compare the actual accuracies of the printer, because that's the only thing we're going to change is the actual G code, start, and end commands that it runs. Everything else will be the same. So that will be a fun video coming up all about really tuning in printers to hit perfect sizes utilizing calibration. And boy howdy, the video that we did all about Cura's marketplace, as well as Super Slicer and how they have those calibration features built right in, will make doing that so much easier. I am looking forward to utilizing some of those coming soon. This is really easy to use now that I figured it out, and it makes me want to change their grade, right? Initially, I think I gave them like a B or a C+. Editor, insert it if I'm wrong. But realistically, the fact that, okay, so is this native support? I don't know. I don't know if this is actually native support, but they do have an ideaMaker one-on-one that takes you kind of through everything. This is quite nice, right? We can look at profile generator that will show us through different things. This is how we would be able to make our own custom profile inside of ideaMaker. I would believe that, let's go in here and let's look up brand name of Creality, because let's be real, a lot of people are going to be using Creality printers. That is literally just, okay, well, that's going to be for filament. So let's look for printers in here. So we have the CR10, CR10 V2, the V3, the CR10S Pro. Lots of Creality printers. Do we have the CR30 supported? No, we don't. So we don't have native support here for it. Now, it's probably somewhere, or someone will get it at some point, but there are a lot of base profiles ready to go for you. You just have to know that you don't get it from inside of the software. You get it from the website, which, yes, is a little bit confusing to me at least, but hopefully now you have a better idea. Now, this does allow you to have all the control that you would want. I do like that it is giving you the ability to set your temperatures to whatever you have it inside of your code. So back in the day for Prusas, you would actually be doing all your bed leveling at full temp. Recently, that has changed. Now, we changed that a long time ago, but I am glad to see that inside of ideaMaker, they are setting the extruder to 150 for your mesh bed leveling, okay? And that is doing the 3x3, 5x5, or 7x7. That is done inside of your settings menu. Do the 7x7. It takes like 15 seconds longer. You'll get a better bed level. There's no reason not to do it. I like that it's giving you the option right here to set the linear advanced value. However, it should be utilizing the 1.5 values. It's saying that it is, but it's giving you the M900K30. That's not how it shows up anymore. The M900K30 might point to utilizing a linear advanced 1.5 value of K.05, but I'm not sure. If you are, let me know in the comments. Overall, though, this is what I was looking for. This is really what I was looking for inside of ideaMaker in the first place. And it wasn't initially easy to find simply because of how many settings and different areas you have to go through to find it. But this will enable you to have different printers. And yes, it's right there in terms of the ideaMaker library, but really, generally, when you're loading up a program, your first instance is just to click the X. It's not to read through that. And I know you should, but how many of you actually do that? Yeah, I'm not hearing any responses. It's also because I'm pre-recording this video, but I know I'm not the only one that has a tendency not to read things through 100% the first time. And if you watch the matter control video that we did, I actually went back and read through the end user license agreement when I found that they are auto-opting you into data collection. And spoiler alert, I didn't find anything in there. But if you do want to learn about matter control, we have the video carded right there. I think ideaMaker really has earned a higher grade. Is it an A? No. It's a B+ for me. It's a B+ because of its features. The feature of allowing you to project a texture onto the part. which I think is realistically one of the big reasons that people utilize this software. It is because of everything that it enables you to do. It is clearly designed for raised printers, and if you have a raised 3D printer, use this software. There's really not a reason not to. It seems relatively feature-packed. But I think if you're not using a raised 3D printer and you're not utilizing the texture surface that this software enables, I do believe there are better options out there. However, Raise is working on changing. They are working on the ability to have more feature sets, and I do like that. Is it going to be as good as Cura? Only time will tell. I will be keeping my eye on ideaMaker. There is value here, and I still do believe you should try it. But you will have to make your own decisions as to whether or not you want to use it long term. We've used it a little bit. I made my own custom profile. I deleted it so that we could do this video, so I could show you guys that I was a ding-dong for making my own custom profile. But I did at least use all of my G-code directly from Prusa Slicer. It was not the easiest process to set up, but it is about as easy as you could expect any of the other ones to do if they did not have your printer in their library. I don't know how I feel about Raise 3D putting the libraries for materials, printers, and all of that on a separate website. But reasons like how there's a startup optimizer plugin for Cura so that Cura doesn't load thousands of printers and materials might prove value to having a website where you download things. Let me know in the comments. I'm still kind of torn about the website. I like that you don't have to have an account to utilize that, whereas you do need an account through Ultimaker to utilize the plugins for Cura if you want to run them on multiple machines without re-downloading them. But you know what? This UI is not bad. It is very similar to what a lot of us are used to. Yeah, and of course, there's lots of support in here for a fair few printers. I do wish this list was taller, but there are a lot of printers in here. And if you don't see your printer, the cool thing is that you can actually build your profile inside of ideaMaker and upload it to ideaMaker.io. Now, who ultimately owns that? I don't know. Look at that. Even Voron support. Hey, we all know the Voron guys are out there. This is nice where you are able to say, okay, well, I have a 0.4 millimeter nozzle. I want my layer height to be in a specific range. I want a specific filament type, so let's go with PLA+. And now we've got two materials, which are the Raise 3D eSun PLA+, for their Pro 2 and their E2. And we also have a 10 long TLD3 Pro PLA lithopane profile. Okay. I presume a lot of this is because companies are not putting all of the settings that they need in here. I know Raise 3D is going to do it because, well, it's their website and I expect nothing less. Ooh, Polyterra, because we love Polyterra. I did a whole video about Polyterra. We'll card to it here. It is one of my favorite PLAs and it comes in some really nice colors. And it's really one of my favorites because of their commitment to dealing with climate change. Now, they're not solving it clearly, but they're on a track to become the first carbon negative plastic. Spools that are recyclable, materials that are, you know, made from recycled PLA and virgin PLA, but some recycled as well. Everything about it is recyclable, and I like that. And they buy carbon offsets, they plant trees. Go watch the video if you want to learn more about Polyterra. But after we go through the Raise printers, we end up in all of the other stuff out there. And you know what? I'm going to give Raise credit. This is a pretty decent implementation. The website is a little clunky, but it is still incredibly valuable. It has a whole section just for textures, so you can play around with whatever fun textures you want. I do like how there are some companies that are putting in their own logos so that they can make prints that have their logos embedded into it. I'm going to give them a little cheeky tip of the hat. There are, of course, lots of availability, and especially ones that are seamless, really allow you to play around with different textures. Yeah, lots of options. Ooh, diamond plate. Yeah. Who doesn't love diamond plate? And Money tree. Money tree. Money tree. But yeah, anyways, guys, Idea Maker, it's better than I initially thought. It's not immediately obvious unless you do read that starter guide, which I definitely didn't do, but I guess I can't rely on the average consumer to do it either, because I guess I consider myself an average consumer. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. I'd love to talk to you further in the comments down below, but let me know. Are you going to use Idea Maker? Are you going to give it a shot? Has this video changed your thoughts as to whether or not you're going to use Idea Maker? I'm curious because it's actually changed mine. Finding ideamaker.io and actually understanding it has very much changed my opinion of this software as a whole. So, hey, look at that. He took evidence and actually changed his mind. Crazy. I know. It's like science is a thing. Anyways, stay safe out there, everybody. Don't forget to call your loved ones. And as always, keep making awesome. Have a good one. I do wish this list was taller. I do also wish it was a baller. I wish it had a girl that looked good and would call her. And it would have a rabbit in a hat with a bat and a 6'4" Impala. Let's see how many of you get that reference. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see my first take on Idea Maker, that video will be right below me. And if you want to see the rest of the video series for slicers, I'm going to have that down in the corner as well. Don't forget to get subscribed, leave a like, and I will see you down in the comments. Take care.